have a habit of making Minecraft farms much bigger than they need to be. That isn't the case for my honey farm though, until today. Basically, I want the farm to look like a giant bee nest. Goodbye, bees. So we are gonna need a lot of yellow blocks. At the tree farm, because we also need a lot of wood. I've now got a lot of resources. This might be overkill, and I kind of hope it is, because otherwise this is a bigger project than I had expected. But let's get building. First, let's shut down these trees to clear some space, and now we just gotta start placing blocks. I haven't seen it from afar yet. I really hope it looks good. And hey, that's not bad. The other sides can wait for now. Let's start breeding some bees. I've gathered up all my bees, and there's a lot. But this isn't even close to as many as we need. Let's see what happens when I hold this flower. Oh my god. Let's start breeding. When nighttime comes around, bees will go into the hives, but those bees can't, which means there aren't enough hives. So we need to expand. I've had to bring in the big flower farm. So now all of these 3 modules are reaching maximal capacity. So now we can slowly start changing some of these full ones out with new ones. And just keep repeating that until we have a massive storage of full beehives.
One eternity later.
All the bees are gone now. Well, not exactly. They're in here. These 8 chests contains just over 1200 bees. Which means we're ready to start working on the farm. But before that, let's finish the exterior. Few sides done. Now let's build the actual farm. We've got to choose between these 2 designs. One simple and one a bit more complicated. The difference is that this one will only work if the dispenser is full of glass bottles. And if it's not full, the honey bottles will start filling up the dispenser, meaning that it will at some point get stuck. This one on the other hand will work even if there's only a bit of glass bottles in there. It'll just keep firing until it succeeds. And because we're building 400 of these modules, if we chose this design, we would have to collect 230,000 glass bottles. So with this design we might have to do a bit more resource collection for the repeaters and pistons, but we won't have to collect 230,000 glass. I've used up nearly all my redstone crafting up all these materials. And now we've only got the worst one left. Dispensers. They are horrible because both stones stack and you therefore have to craft them one by one. That would be the case if we hadn't made this auto crafter for dispensers a few episodes ago. So let's turn it on and watch the magic. This farm is pretty repetitive to build, it's just repeating the same module over and over again. And now the first half is done, let's keep on going. Now we need to funnel in the hopper minecarts to actually collect the items. Just like this. And then just build one of these for every layer. And then a drop chute so we don't lose any items. And now let's add some color to the farm with a bunch of flowers. And now we can finally start placing in the beehives. At night of course, so we don't lose any bees. And then seal it off and repeat. I've just realized there's gonna be 1200 bees here in a moment and that might cause some lag. Oh geez, seal it off, seal it off. Let's do a quick FPS test. So out here I have about 600 and at the farm under 200. Could be worse. Now we need to load up the farm on glass bottles so it doesn't get stuck like this. So let's use the hopper minecart system and send this on its way. And the farm is now active. This is getting a bit stressful now. About that FPS. I'm going to load in the right side with bottles and the left one with shears. And now let's do the shears so I can stop this horrible noise. Now for the storage system. I probably did this the wrong way around. This is the storage room for now. I'll have to expand this very shortly or we'll start losing items. But that's a problem for future me. That is the most satisfying thing ever. Apart from this fact that they're getting stuck. And it's fixed now. This farm has been quite the project and I'm so happy it's finished. It's going to give us about 1300 honey bottles per hour and 4000 honeycomb, which I think is going to be quite enough for my honey needs. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.